Polymer Clay TV. I'm Elisa, and today we're going to be making a really cute wall plaque, which I'll show you in just a minute. But I want to talk about some of the supplies you're going to need to get started. We're going to be using the white gold Primo clay, and this is what it looks like. It has shimmers in it, which makes it really nice when the light catches it, and I really love that, so I'm using that. I've actually already laid a silk screen on here, and this is the starfish mandala design that I'm going to be using. And I'm using some of these plunger cutters. This one's a large flower, it's the largest mini flower, I believe, and this is the smallest round plunger cutter that we have too. So I'm using those. I have a couple paint brushes in two different sizes because I'm actually going to use the bottom of this one, but this one I'll use to paint my canvas. I have a squeegee for silk screening. You can use a credit card or something that works for you. Of course, I have my roller, a blade, and then I have some paints, and you can use whatever you want. Today I'm going to be using I wanted to have some blue paint, so I'm going to use those, and I'm going to use this black to accentuate, and then I have this shimmery purple that was given to me at the trade show that I wanted to play with too. So I'll be using all those. And then we have our brand new set of cutters. Now, we've been waiting a while for the round cutters, and they haven't come in that are graduated like this, but these ones came in. They have the ruffled edge, and I love them. They're so cool. These are super well made. They're from Germany, so they're German steel. You're not going to crunch these easily. These are really well made. And they come in a set, I believe it's 11. This is 3 that I got in my hand. 6, 9, 10, yeah, there's 11 in the set. We're going to be using the largest one and the 2 smallest ones. So I also wanted to show you, you're going to need a canvas. This is an inexpensive canvas. I got this on sale at Michael's, I want to say for like $1.50 or $1.30, something like that. Very inexpensive. And they're already stretched for you on here. And this is, I believe, a 3x5 or somewhere around there. Let's see. Why is this backwards? Yep, a 5x3. 5x4, excuse me. Well, maybe 3 3/4, I think. Whatever it is, you can use whatever size you want. Like I said, this was inexpensive. And you can use whatever glue you want. You can use something like Weld Bond when we go to glue all our pieces together, or even Elmer's. But I would go with something a little heavier since you want it to stay on the canvas. Weld Bond's good. Even an E6000 is fine, just a nice glue, and that will help it all stay together. So this is what we're going to be making, and it's a lot of fun and easy to do, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So let's get started. So it's been a while since I've silk screened on camera for you, so I'm going to go ahead and do that so you can see this come to life. I'm using the Dilutions by Ranger paint, and I have to say it's a very watery paint. I normally wouldn't silk screen with it, but I wanted this color, and I think the color is gorgeous. But if you can see it, it's more of a runnier paint. It's drippy, and I tend to like a paint that's a little more, hard-bodied for silk screening, but this actually works fine. So I'm using my squeegee, or you would take a credit card or an old credit card or a gift card, and you just want to drag the paint across the silk screen. Now I've run this white gold clay through the 4th thickest setting on my pasta machine, and I've laid the shiny side of the silk screen face down onto the clay. So that's what you have to remember. Shiny side down, and you can go as thick as you want. I did not want this particular piece to be super thick because it's going to go in the middle of the canvas, and I just wanted it to be a thin piece. So all I did was, you saw, I went across and scraped the paint, and now I'm just going to peel back my design. As you start to peel it back, if you see anything got missed, you can lay it back down, but mine looks really good. And there you go. That's how you silk screen. Super easy to do. Not a whole lot of effort, but you want to go ahead and make sure to wash your tools right away. Wash your silk screen under running water, and try to get all that paint out. It doesn't hurt to have a little bucket of water handy or a little bowl of water handy so that you can quickly immerse it and get that paint off. So go wash it and we'll be right back. All right, so now we're ready. This is dried, the paint is dried, and it's dried to the touch. So I'm going to use the largest cookie cutter, and I want to lay this over in the section I want it. And as you can see, I'm working on a tile today. You don't have to work on a tile. You could just work on your regular surface, or a piece of jelly wrap paper, whatever it is that you want to work on. I happen to have these tiles, so I'm going to go ahead and work on those. And so I'm just going to push right down and give it a little slight wiggle, and that should allow me to release all the rest of this clay from around here. I leave my cookie cutter in place because it makes it easier for me to make sure that I have gotten the design I want. And then you can just lift up and you have a really cool design. Easy peasy. We can set that aside for the moment. So the next step is to cut out our little embellishments for the corner. And I said I was going to use 2 different sizes of the smaller cookie cutters. I actually ended up only using 1. So it's totally up to you. You can do whatever you want. So I start by making 4 cuts, and you can push down gently. Cuts right through. If it sticks in there, you can obviously pull it out. And I'm only using 4, but I tend to go ahead and cut extras just in case I mess one up. So you can always think about that as you create, especially if you have a nice big piece here. So we're only going to be working with 4, so that's all we really need. Let me just grab the 4 here. And this is where our little flower cookie cutter comes in. Now, what I wanted to do, and as you can see from the piece here, I want to add the inside part here, but I want to do it in a way so that it stays in there. So I just give it a little press down, and I did use this plunger to give it a little poke. I don't want to poke too hard. If it comes out, you can always put it back in there, but the idea is you want it to stay in the area that you poked out, like that. As you can see, I kept them all together. And so you would just go in on all of them, and give it a little push. This little push puts a little indent into it, which we'll be using later, you'll see. So don't worry if it wants to come out, you can just place it back in there. Or if you don't want it to stay in there, you can do it another way. I mean, the idea is that you could just play with it and make it your own. So just think about other ways you can use these little plunger cutters. So I really don't need to make all 4 of them to show you, but let me just finish this one. Okay, so basically you're going to go ahead and get your 4 made. Okay? And that's when this other little round plunger comes in. And you're going to cut out you're going to cut out 4 of these, because these are going to be the centers of their flowers. So then I came back in, and I'm going to just crunch these up. We don't need this. I'm just going to show you on this one. And I put it in the middle there. And then I took that smaller paintbrush and I pushed down in the middle. And it creates a really nice well because there's already a hole in there, so it kind of pushes it out and gives me this really nice lip that you see here. So at this point, I came back with this metallic luster and just stuck a little on my finger and just highlighted the center of the flower. You could certainly highlight the outsides, whatever it is that you want to do. It's completely up to you to make it your own and do what you like. One little tip, have a wet paper towel handy so you can wipe your hands off and you're not getting it places where you don't want it, you know, the ink or the paint, whatever you're using. So that's how simple it is to make the little flowers. And of course we have, this has not been baked yet, so I guess I'm not going to peel it. Let me use my blade. If you ever want to get anything off of the tile, don't try to peel it with your hands. Use your blade and work your blade underneath it. That makes it come up so nice. And at this point, you know, before you bake it, you want to clean up any edges. I always tell you that if you're using a cutter or a mold, clean up your edges, because that makes the difference between it looking, you know, really nicely well handmade, or, you know, that you didn't put as much time into it if it's not, you know, crisp. And when I'm laying it back on the tile, I want to make sure there's no air pockets, so it doesn't bubble up when it bakes. So these are ready basically to be baked. That's all I did, okay? And I baked these, and let me show you what I did here. I didn't adhere this, let's see, but I did bake it on there so I could pull it up. Then I went around the edges with my black paint. Remember I said I was going to use the black paint to kind of highlight things? That's what I did. So I just took a little on my finger, like so. And I made sure to go around the edge and get into those little grooves too, because otherwise it just didn't look right. So just a matter of running your finger along. You want to try and not get it on the front of the clay because you have your design there. And that's how you do it, and let it dry. And then it's just a matter of assembling it. I like I said before, I used this purple glittery paint. All I did was paint that onto my canvas, which I took this big brush and literally just went zoom, 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 and painted it. That's all I did. Let me show you what this looks like. It's just a nice metallic paint. And you can use any metallic paint or glittery paint or whatever. It's totally up to you. This is actually glittery paint. I'm calling it metallic. It is metallic, but it's also glitter. And I just wanted it to give it a little texture. That was the reasoning behind that. And I also used some more of that dilutions and kind of just took my brush and kind of like just dry brushed it on wherever I wanted to. So it's really simple to do. There's not much to it. It's just a plain, white, inexpensive canvas that you could buy at Michael's or any craft or art supply store. I want to say I paid $1 and change for these when they went on sale at Michael's. So this can make a really nice gift without spending a lot of money. And you can totally customize it to the person with the colors that they like and the designs they like. If they're into hearts, make these little things hearts. If they're into flowers, obviously flowers. We have stars. There's all kinds you can find of cookie cutters that you can make something really fast, but really nice. In fact, you could even come around here and add words if you wanted to put dream or hope or love or anything you want. It's just ready to be customized any way you want. But it really is cute and not much involved if you want to make it. You can make this whole piece probably in under a half an hour. So think about ways you can do this and have fun with it. It's a really fun and easy project. Don't forget, we are going to be launching Polymer Clay Adventure 2017. Can you believe it? This is our 3rd year. And we have lots of surprises in store. We have a golden ticket grand prize, which if you get on our mailing list, you will be the first to be notified of that. We have lots of special things going on. So definitely get on our newsletter list. And you can do that right here on YouTube or over on our website at createalong.com or polymerclaytv.com. This year is going to just be so cool. We have such cool projects and we have such cool teachers, and I know you're going to love the new format that we're doing, and the goodie bags are going to be outrageous. Let me tell you, we got some awesome supplies coming in. So we have 100 goodie bags to give away this year as well. So definitely get on the mailing list so that you don't miss out on that. And you can find most of the supplies in our shop at createalong.com. So have fun with this project. I'd love to see what you guys make. Come on over to polymerclaytribe.com. It's a free Facebook group that we run, and we have tons of people in there, thousands of people that all work with polymer clay and love to share their ideas, their tutorials, new products they find, all kinds of things. So check it out at polymerclaytribe.com. So thanks again for joining me, and I will see you next time. See you later.